a future entrepreneur, it is very important that you have knowledge and skills on how to manage your business to ensure that this business will succeed, that the vision of your business has come to a reality as an evidence of proper management. Good day, everyone. This is the Group 8, and we're going to be the first reporter as we are tasked with it. Before we start, let me give the objectives first. In this topic, you will be able to understand and describe the 4M's of operations in relation to the business opportunity. You will be able to develop a product description. And lastly, you will be able to understand the contents of production. If sales are the engine that powers auto salvage yards, then production is the drivetrain that gets where we are going. Production is both reactive and proactive, almost simultaneously. It reacts to what is sold today and must meet the expectations set by the sales team. The key production is to have procedures and processes that can accomplish both. Once the procedures are set up to maximize efficiency, it is time to train production staff on their individual responsibilities centered in the 4M's of production. As for the 4M's of operation, it will be discussed with my co-members to gain more knowledge about it.
Good day everyone! Once again, I am Ms. Gwen Divisan, and for today, we are now on our first module for the second quarter. In this lesson, I want you to know that in developing a business plan, we also have to consider about the importance of 4M's of operations in all business opportunities because it helps you to identify the problems of the business in the future and in actual situations, especially in the production of process and marketing. In our previous lesson, we have learned about the 7 P's of a marketing mix. So we have the product, the price, place, promotion, people, packaging, and positioning. In relation to business opportunity, wherein marketing is about the creating and accumulating customers. Market plans are intended to be capture the market portion and to set back the competitors. Okay, so let us now proceed to our main discussions, which is the 4M's of operation. The process is what we call the operations. So, tanang mga nahitabo sa tuang negosyo or business is what we call the operations. So, what are those 4M's of operations? So, we have the method, the manpower, machines, and material. The 4M's of operations and relations to business opportunities means that the attributes, the method, manpower, machines, and materials should work together in executing the process of the business. So, the method, manpower, machines, and materials should work together. Work in first to help a successful process of any product and decision making in your business. Method refers to the process and ways to be followed and effectively in delivering a product or service and in manufacturing. So method is the manner or the system of transforming a raw materials into a finished product is what we call a method. So manufacturing is the process of translating raw materials into finished goods that are acceptable to the customer standard. So, mananing i-transfer na nato ang raw materials into a finished product para makahimo ta og finished product. So there are 3 elements of manufacturing. We have the inputs, process, and outputs. So the inputs is the materials or ingredients to be used in creating the product, like bread, cookies, or services like welding, auto repairs, and wellness. The process is the transformation phase wherein inputs are processed by manpower and machines to come up with the final product. And the output is the final product of the process stage, which is intended to be sold to target customers. So there are 3 types of manufacturing sites. We have the home base, commercial space for rent, and commercial space purchase. So, the home base, these options is the cheapest and highly flexible. Home baking, home services like wellness, auto repair shops, and etc. Commercial space for rent, this advisable if the business really requires a commercial space for the processing of goods and services. And the commercial space purchase is the option requires the biggest amount of capital expenditure, but it also provides the entrepreneur substantial freedom and flexibility to design and run the commercial space.
Manpower. Manpower refers to the ideal number of people, trained personnel and staff to perform the methods. These include also different job position and function of the personnel or workers.
Machine refers to facilities, vehicles, tools, and equipment needed in place to maximize efficiency and productivity of the business without jeopardizing the safety of staff, worker, or employees. This is also an effective tool to perform the tasks of every employee and training them how to maintain the machinery.
Materials refer to the type of resources needed to produce or manufacture a product, including the packaging. It includes raw material level, inventory, quality, size, surplus, weightage, and shelf life.
And now, we will tackle about product description. What is product description? Product description is a form of marketing copy used to explain and describe the benefits of your products. In other words, it provides all the important information and details of your product. To develop a product description, it is necessary to assess whether production or producing a certain product or services is technically feasible. There are a series of guide questions that is helpful in deciding a requirement of the business. First, are there enough raw materials of the correct quality available when needed for production? Second, is the cost of raw materials affordable or satisfactory? Third, are the correct size and type of equipment available for the expected production level and is at reasonable cost? Fourth, can it be made locally? Are maintenance and repair costs affordable? Fifth, are sufficient information and expertise being available? Six, are packaging materials available and affordable? Seven, is the distribution procedure to customer established? 8. Is the location of business suitable and available? 9. Are services available and affordable? And lastly, are trained workers available and their salaries affordable? And that concludes my discussion about product description.
Contents of production. Product number one, production planning. This plan should indicate how the different stages in a process are linked together. This includes the procedure and the equipment used. Also, production planning describes in details how a company's products or services will be manufactured. A production plan defines the production targets, required resources, and overall schedule, together with all the steps involved in production and their dependencies. Here's a simple production planning and control example. A factory produces handbags. The management plans the production of a number of bags based on demand forecast for each design seasonally. Using the right materials and resources such as leather for each items, the bags are made in the factory. Number two, raw materials or ingredients. This includes the number of materials needed to produce, including the number required, the weight. Raw materials are materials or substances used in the primary production or manufacturing of goods. Raw materials are commodities that are bought and sold and commodities exchanged worldwide. Raw materials are in the input of goods or inventory that a company needs to manufacture its production. Example of raw materials include steel, oil, corn, grain, gasoline, lumber, and forest, and etc. There are two types of raw materials, the direct raw materials and indirect raw materials. Raw materials can be direct raw materials which are directly used in the manufacturing process such as wood for a chair. And direct raw materials are not part of the final product but are instead used comprehensively in the production process. Number three, equipment. Include the type of machinery or equipment to be used in producing a product or service include its cost, availability, and maintenance. Equipment is a tangible, long-term asset that benefits of a business over several years of use. Example, the process of supplying someone or something which item necessary for a particular purpose. The construction and equipment of a new harbor facilities.
Then the fourth content of production is packaging. This involves the packaging materials in a producing product. It can be made of paper, plastic, aluminum, or other materials for protection of the product against temperature, crushing, and moisture. Packaging helps in differentiating a product from competitors and make it easy for customers to identify the product. In addition to that, it also protects the product from getting damaged. Lastly, staffing level. Staffing level is involves the type of workers required to the type of business proposed. This staffing level is employees or staff members assigned to a particular department, project, or organization. Like for the example, welding shop needs a welders, auto repair shop needs auto mechanics, bakery needs a baker, beauty salon needs beautician,